Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Dan and Danny Talk Sports Podcast. I'm Dan Studer alongside my co-host and partner, as always, Danny Gulix. Danny, how you doing today?
I'm pretty good, man. Work sucks, but I'm a little tired, but we're here. I want to start off saying sorry for like a little absence. Life comes at you quick. You gotta, handle your stuff. But we're back, so that's cool. How you doing, Dan?
I'm tired. I think we both thought we were discussing that just before we hit record.
Oh, dude.
Danny, I'm in a mood to debate.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
You know what we're debating about.
I'm pretty sure I do.
All right. Well, yesterday the news broke that Kadarius Toney had been traded from the New York Giants to the Kansas City Chiefs in what I'm seeing reports of a conditional third and a sixth round pick. Now, I'm also seeing reports, Danny, that the third isn't a conditional, that it's just a third. But I've seen more people saying that it's a conditional than it being non-conditional. So it's a conditional third and then a regular sixth round pick for Kadarius Toney.
Yes, sir. That's what I have here.
When I broke that news to you while you were at work yesterday, you said that was a my bad.
Don't assume.
You said that it was a Giants L.
Giants take an L.
I said that it was a Giants W.
Do you want to explain?
No, I want you to explain why it's a Giants L first.
Just 2 years removed of the Giants wasting first round pick on Kadarius Toney, you trade him for a third and a conditional third and a sixth. I just don't think that's smart. I mean, Kadarius Toney, his body kind of just isn't right. But if the Giants were smart and were able to use him, he's a very good player. He showed it in the one game where he had 180 receiving yards, where he only has 400 receiving yards in the season. But the Giants just have to put him in a good situation. Not even a good situation. Play him where he's supposed to be played. He's one of the best after the catch receivers in the league. Just because he's so shifty, man. And he's 2 years into his career. I know he has some injury issues, but like you don't move a guy like that. I mean, you did get a decent haul. Decent. I mean, a conditional third. The Chiefs definitely traded like more than other teams would for Kadarius Toney. So like, yes, you got the highest bid for him, I guess, if you want to put it that way. But you're just 2 years removed to using a first round pick. You traded back in the draft, so you didn't get a guy like Micah Parsons. Just for example, you traded back and couldn't get him. But it's just not, great deal.
Yeah, the Giants traded back so that the Bears can take the embarrassment that is Justin Fields.
Stop, because this is a whole nother debate. Justin Fields is a good quarterback. Yes. I'll die on the hill.
Is this like on another team situation?
It's on if you give him any offensive line or receiver. He doesn't even need both. Just give him one.
Right. Let me tell you why this is a common Joe Schoen W. Okay. Danny, you started off that whole thing by saying when you're 2 years into the guy. Don't forget, this isn't a Joe Schoen pick.
I know that much.
This is a final haunting year of Dave Gettleman pick. And honestly, the first telltale sign that the Giants were going to be moving Kadarius Toney was when they drafted Wan'Dale Robinson in the 2021 draft.
That was
2022 draft. My bad.
No, you're good.
I'm mixing it with baseball because baseball, they have the draft like midway through the season in June,
which is so weird.
Yeah, it is actually.
But it's also different because they have like they don't come right up to the league. Never mind. This isn't a baseball episode.
So Danny, this is definitely also more than injuries too. And we've seen the Giants make moves because they have issues with players and stuff with coaches. We saw it before the season started when the Giants kept Blake Martinez. And then it was kind of reported that there was some tension between him and new defensive coordinator Wink Martindale. So the Giants are known to do this. It definitely doesn't help his case that he's injury prone. I don't know if he's been injured this whole time. He says that he hasn't. So it's either that the Giants were hiding it or that he's been faking it. One person kind of called him out for faking the injury.
He got into his DMs.
Oh my god! And the dude was beefing with a jersey swap editor. My god.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
But anyways, he hasn't played as much as he has, and the Giants are 6-1 essentially without him. Clearly, Joe Shane didn't see him in the fit, nor Brian Dable, nor Mike Kafka. So the fact that they were able to get, which I'm pretty sure now is just it's not conditional. The fact that they were able to get a third and a sixth out of that, I'll take that. That's a Giants W. The guy wasn't doing anything anyways. Plus that he had a 4 by $13 million dollar contract. So realistically, the Giants can go out and they can try to find another wide receiver that's going to match that contract. I don't know.
Odell Beckham Jr.
I don't know if it'll be Odell. I don't know what DJ Moore's is off the top of my head, but
He's not getting moved.
I know that Jerry Jeudy has a 4 by 15.
Like it moved. Jerry Jeudy is
Now,
definitely way steps above Kadarius Toney.
first off, I know that Jerry Jeudy hasn't been the receiver that everybody's been expecting him to be since he reached the NFL after being drafted out of Alabama. But anything out of Jerry Jeudy is better than Kadarius Toney. Why? Because at least he's playing.
Yeah, that's debatable also.
Even if they don't get Jeudy from Denver, KJ Hamler is also an option.
I like KJ Hamler. I think KJ Hamler is a lot better than what we've seen out of him.
I mean, that's a little biased out of me, and so is what I'm about to say next. Obviously, with Daniel Bellinger going down, the Giants do still have oh my god, I'm trying to think of who the actual backup tight end is and not the backup tight end. I said Jalen Rhodes, but that's on that's on Bengals.
I was gonna make the joke.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm blanking on the Giants. Oh, Tanner Hudson, and there's one other guy. I can't remember his name right now, but I also saw, Mike Gesicki's name kind of being thrown in there. He's on a 1 year, $10 million contract. So obviously trading Kadarius Toney opens up the ability to hold that contract.
Yeah. Just wanted to throw this out here. The final result of the draft night trade with the Giants and the Bears.
Yeah, right. I saw that.
Bears ended up receiving Justin Fields, obviously. Giants ended up getting Evan Neal, Aaron Robinson, Dan Bellinger, a third and a sixth. That seems like a pretty fair deal.
Right, because the Kayvon Thibodeau pick was just from their performance. That wasn't, they didn't trade that pick.
Yeah. Right. But I mean, definitely a decent haul for Justin Fields.
Yeah,
I like Justin Fields. I think you still should have taken Justin Fields instead of moving back. But also, you got a good amount out of that. Would I rather have Evan Neal or would I rather have Micah Parsons? I would rather have Evan Neal. I'm sorry. Whoa. I would rather have Micah Parsons. I was so confused for a second.
I would rather have Micah Parsons. Am I biased? Yeah, absolutely. But I mean,
but he's one of the
best.
Look
at how much Micah Parsons has already done through a year and a half.
He's one of the best outside linebackers in the league, dude. And he started his career as one of the best outside linebackers in the league. It's kind of insane.
Now, Neal definitely does have some time to
absolutely
grow as an NFL player. He's only played 7 professional games. I'm not saying that he's underperforming. I'm just saying
Micah Parsons.
I would rather had Micah Parsons. When the dude says that the NFL isn't hard.
Yeah, no. But moving across the locker room, the Jets had some unfortunate news this week.
Danny, I'm so proud of you for that transition. That was really good.
Dude, stop. You're making me blush. Breece Hall and Elijah Tucker, I believe, are both done for the season.
Yep.
Breece Hall looking like rookie of the year. Well, not looking like, running away with offensive rookie of the year. He looked absolutely phenomenal after week 2, because after week 2 they really just gave him the reins, gave him all the opportunity in the world that he wanted, and he was proving himself. He was RB6 in fantasy, like, as a rookie. He's very, very good back, and it sucks to see him go down with an ACL injury of anything. Like, obviously wishing for a speedy recovery, but talking about how the Jets react to this deal, they go out and they make a trade for James Robinson. They only give up a 6th. That's it. Just a 6th round pick for James Robinson.
That's a solid deal for the Jets.
That's insane, because yes, running backs are not very valuable, especially to the Jaguars, who had ETN also. But it's James Robinson, dude. He would start on half the teams in the league. That's a good running back. I mean, yeah, I'm sure if any team could have traded a sixth for James Robinson, they probably would have, unless it was a team like the Cowboys who already have two running backs that play.
And play well,
Exactly.
really well.
Yeah, Zeke has been on one.
He's, I think, questionable actually for this week. Now
I'm so happy because I have Tony Pollard and I have to start him this week.
Yeah, because I'm debating on whether I start Dalton Schultz in one of my leagues.
It'd be a good
I
idea.
can't start him if they don't have Noah Brown or Ezekiel Elliott.
Well, I don't think Noah Brown's playing. I'm pretty sure he's actually out. But Zeke is questionable, but Dak's back, so I'd start Dalton Schultz. But yeah, through the hiatus, we've still been doing our pick'ems, been tweeting them out. Last night, there was Thursday night game, Baltimore and Tampa.
We both picked Baltimore. We forgot to get a tweet out. I was closing at work.
That's fine. I was just doing stuff, not like super busy, but like just my head wasn't in the game. But my overall record at this point, 55, 52, and 1. That's not good.
So you're finally over 500.
I'm over 500. I was over 500 by the end of our last episode, but
I don't know because I just didn't have the time. I don't know what my record
definitely
is.
Better than mine. So
but I could definitely tell you it's better than what 55, 51 and 1. Is that what you said?
55, 52 and 1.
55, 52 and 1.
Yeah. So, Dan, this is where I give you a choice.
What are my options?
We go straight into the pick'em. We start talking about this week's games because it's Friday right now. It's payday for me, actually. And we go straight into this week's games, or you want to do some him report? You want to talk about some guys? We don't. It doesn't have to necessarily be like a him report. Just talk about some guys that have been balling.
Sure, we can do that really quickly. Let me get ESPN up so I can get some stats.
Yeah, I'm pulling mine up right now, but there's definitely a couple guys like Ken Walker. Ken Walker for the Seahawks has been absolutely killing it, bro.
Yeah, at the moment right now, he's already found his way out in like third on like the offensive rookie of the year list.
I mean, if you take Breece Hall out of it, I think he's pretty open.
And I don't know why. I'm not saying that it is. I don't know why this could be becoming as a shock to some people. We knew Kenneth Walker was good.
Yeah.
The dude was in like Heisman watch 3/4 of the year with Michigan State. Quite honestly, I think he deserved to be there over a guy like Aiden Hutchinson. I think Kenneth Walker should have been one of the finalists for the Heisman Award.
I love me some Aiden Hutch though. But yeah, no, Ken Walker. I just don't think anybody expected it with Rashad Penny being there. But now that Rashad Penny's done for the season, another running back, Ramondre Stevenson, absolute killer. They're officially letting him outsnap a healthy Damian Harris, which is smart because he's a great runner. He's only 24 years old, and he has been absolutely popping off. And I love Ramondre. Traded for him. I have him in 2 fantasy leagues. W me.
WU. Shut up.
W-me. Taysom Hill, still the GOAT. Still the GOAT gadget player. I'm kidding. He's not. We didn't actually have that talk. I just clickbaited that absolute thumbnail and it was great. But do you think Taysom Hill might be the best gadget player of all time? Just because he plays his role and he's so good at it.
Yeah, I would assume so. The dude can be a quarterback, running back, tight end, left tackle.
But what about Cordell Patterson? Cordell Patterson's also, I would consider him a gadget player. Because he's one of the best kick returners of all time. But he's also a running back, but he's also a wide receiver.
No. I mean, first off, I would put Saquon Barkley up there in that conversation. Man was quarterback for a whole half against
Eddie threw the ball
against the Bears, and they still won.
Eddie threw the ball how many times? 0.
Never. Yeah, that's true.
Let's see. I'm just looking for guys that have been balling. George Pickens, biased, but I love him.
Austin Eckler had a good week last week, didn't he?
Austin Eckler always has a good week.
He had 31 rushing yards, but I know that he had 96 receiving yards.
He's a receiver in the backfield. Also, wait, did we talk about the Christian McCaffrey trade?
We didn't because
Oh,
this is the first episode, obviously, since that trade went down.
Christian McCaffrey, this is old news. McCaffrey dealt to the Niners for second, third, and fourth this year and a fifth next year. Honestly, personally, I think it's a lot that the Niners gave up. I mean, you give up 3 draft picks this year. They're just trying to take after the Rams and go all in for a championship. And they really did need that running back. But, and especially in that scheme, I think McCaffrey's going to do great. I think it was a waste. I don't think I don't think it pushes them into Super Bowl favorites. You know what I mean? I think they're definitely in contention, but I don't think that they are the favorite at the moment. I still think the favorite is the Eagles. And the Eagles also just traded for Robert Quinn. So W them. Robert Quinn for I think like a 6, and the Bears are eating all of his contract this season. And the
Yes,
Eagles are still trying to make another deal.
the Giants have to face him 2 more times now because we haven't played the Eagles yet once this season.
Ooh.
Obviously, they already played him when he was still with Chicago. I'm not really concerned about it, though. Honestly, the Giants handled him really well.
Yeah, Ro Quinn's good though.
Really
Did
quickly,
you
I want to talk. I want to know if you knew this. Former New York Giant, actually, Ed McCaffrey was coached by Mike Shanahan, and now Christian McCaffrey is being coached by Kyle Shanahan.
That's actually pretty cool.
How cool is that?
That's pretty cool. Did you hear that the Eagles are apparently in the running for trying to trade for Alvin Kamara?
No.
Yeah. That would kill Miles Sanders' fantasy value though. Like tank it.
I'm not concerned about that. I'm just concerned about
The Eagles being good.
Staying in the division.
Yeah, no. Apparently they want to make that deal. And they've been in intense talks, is what I saw on Twitter. I don't know who the source was, so could be wrong.
God, first they get CGJ, and now they're just trying to become the better version of the Saints.
Matt Canada might get fired this week. Let's go. Apparently, he's on a tight leash, and if our offense continues to struggle this week, he might be fired, and we're playing the best defense in the league. So, second best defense. The Cowboys have been very good.
Who are the Steelers playing?
Eagles.
They're the best defense?
They're insane, dude. Their defense is very good. All right, let's get to our pickups.
All right.
We weren't really prepared for a him report. I had nothing written down. I just wanted to highlight a couple dudes that I love. Pause.
I hate you.
So into the pick'ems we go, and we're gonna start with the London game. Oi, bruv, in it on a Sunday, on a Tuesday morning, yeah. A little bit of tea comes, ball water.
I tried to tell him not to.
He didn't actually. We got Broncos country, let's ride versus Duval, Jacksonville Jaguars. It's a battle of the mid. And no, I'm not giving them mid. It's a battle of the hot garbage. And apparently Russ was like doing a high knees like for 4 hours straight on the plane. And if I was his teammate, I would have thrown him out the window.
Isn't Russ not even playing?
He's I
don't think he is.
He was trying to play.
I don't think he is.
He was playing with.
Oh man, I type in Russell Wilson just to see that it's Russell Wilson plane, Russell Wilson Denver Broncos, Russell Wilson airplane London, Russell Wilson workout airplane.
Russell Wilson will start, barring any setbacks. He's good to go. But if I was his teammate, would have thrown him straight out of the emergency door because let me sleep on this flight to London. Russell Wilson's the biggest capper of all time. He said that he doesn't feel jet lag anymore. You just flew to London. You're gonna feel some jet lag, dog. Literally only for the reason that the Broncos just can't score. I'm gonna take Jacksonville. Jacksonville has not looked good, but the Broncos honestly have looked worse.
Yeah, I'm also gonna take Jacksonville here. They looked pretty solid against my Giants last week. The game literally came down to Christian Kirk on the 1 yard line. I think it was Christian Kirk.
Oh.
Yeah, so whether it's a bus, train, trolley, or car, Broncos country is gonna ride and crash and Jacksonville's going to take it.
Ride right off the cliff. On to the next game. We got Dolphins at Lions. I think it'll be fun. I mean, I don't think it'll be competitive. I'm taking the Dolphins just because Tua looked like he maybe was missing one step. And if he's still missing one step, they can still put 40 on the worst defense in the league. So I'm taking Lions. For that specific reason. All right, not the Lions, the Dolphins. Sorry. Excuse me. Mental error. But yeah.
I'm gonna go Miami here as I try not to yawn, but don't be surprised. This gives me those vibes where Detroit, like, I feel like they actually have a decently solid chance to pull away with an W here.
Exactly.
But I just don't
why?
see it
because
happening.
I took Miami. That's why.
I want to look really quickly. I'm curious as to what the spread is for this game.
If I took Detroit, it would look horrible. Oh, it looks like Zeke is officially out. Let me see.
Miami's favored by 3.5.
Ezekiel Elliott is questionable, but Tony Pollard is projected 16.5 fantasy points. So.
Oh, Danny, I can't wait to talk about fantasy at the end of this episode.
Oh, absolutely. I cannot wait. I mean, I don't want to talk about my team, but we have to. This is the battle of the mid. Panthers at Falcons. You know your team is bad when you just sign a new quarterback or trade for a new quarterback and you bench him for the XFL. Was he the MVP? PJ Walker?
I don't know if he was the MVP, but I know that
he was in the running. It was between him and the guy who was on the Chiefs.
Yeah, I could not tell you one thing about the XFL.
I love the XFL. It was between.
Besides, I think at one point Johnny Manziel, I don't know if he did or that he almost did go back to play there.
He almost did, but he played in the CFL. So the battle of PJ Walker versus Marcus Mariota. I'm taking the Atlanta Falcons, and they're gonna hurt my heart once again.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that Carolina was a fluke win last week against Tampa Bay.
Oh, dude, 100%. I mean, no team is a fluke win against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay just sucks.
For the Carolina Panthers, it is. Yes, there's no way that the Carolina Panthers defense is actually that good that they can hold Tom Brady in the. I get that it's not great, but I don't realistically see them being able to hold Tom Brady and the Buccaneers offense to just 3 points. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Atlanta.
Let's call it 10 because Mike Evans dropped a wide open touchdown. Like literally nobody was guarding him, and he just dropped it. So we'll call it 10 points. Next game, Cardinals at Vikings. I'm taking the Vikings because Call of Duty just came out. That's not a joke. I'm taking the Vikings.
As I sit here looking at my TV, which does currently have the quick play on it.
You're ready for Call of Duty.
Dude, I was very excited. It was good. I was having last night was totally fine, but I played in one game before we started recording, and it was very like laggy out of nowhere, even though I had no issues with it last night. I take Minnesota just because Minnesota's good, but now I'm really gonna be taking Minnesota because the fact that Call of Duty came out.
Yep.
I love that story. Speaking of, I love that story that broke that Juju told. They're like, yeah, me, McCole Hardman, who is it, Travis Kelce, and Patrick Mahomes. They just had really good chemistry
because they were playing Warzone together.
Right, and everybody's like, Kyler needs to get Juju on the Cardinals by any means necessary.
I saw a meme, like the flirting versus harassment meme.
Yes,
it was that, and it was like the flirting, and it was Patrick Mahomes like adding Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Juju, and Kelce on Twitter saying, "Hey, we have new COD just dropped at them," and then it was harassment. And it was Kyler in the fucking gaming chair with the headset on.
All I can think of is the meme. The woman, the meme of like the mom and her daughter, and the mom's like explaining, or the daughter's like explaining something, and mom is just sitting there laying in her Dallas Cowboys blanket.
Yes.
All I can think of is like the daughter explaining is Kyler Murray being like, we need to play Call of Duty together, and then the mom is just like the Cardinals like wide receiver room.
Oh Lord. Next game, Bears at Cowboys. Next. Yeah, there's just nothing to talk about.
Cowboys are looking really good.
They look good. The Bears don't.
Honestly, even like we just said, even with no Zeke, Cowboys are gonna take it.
Next game, Raiders at Saints. This one we might have a different answer. I'm taking the Raiders. I just don't think the Saints are good. I also don't think the Raiders are good. But Michael Thomas is out again. Slant boy. Michael Thomas officially out more games with a toe injury than Brian Robinson was for getting shot twice.
Shot twice.
But nah, I'm taking the Raiders just because they have Devontae Adams.
Danny, I can't believe you'd think so little of me. I'm also taking the Raiders. Why the hell would I take the Saints? What?
It's a game where you can pick.
I know I'm a casual, but the Saints?
A casual, you have a better record than me. And I don't consider myself a casual, so I would consider you an expert.
I don't care if the Raiders are 2-4. Realistically, those Raiders should be 3-3 if they didn't blow a lead to the midget that is Kyler Murray.
The middler. He's like the Riddler, but he's mid.
Yeah. Dude needs a step stool to see over his O-line.
So does Russell Wilson. Steelers at Eagles. I'm gonna take the Eagles, but I want to talk about my Steelers real quick.
Okay, let me just. I'm taking the Eagles as well. Danny, go ahead.
Guys, what the absolute heck? I literally come on here. And I'm like, I'm not taking the Steelers. Not until they give me a reason to. I know they're playing Tom Brady, and Big Ben got his first career start and win over Tom Brady. Rah, rah, rah. This, that, the third. But I'm still taking the Bucs. And then the Steelers come out and beat the Bucs. And then last week, I'm like, oh, I'm going to take in my head. We didn't have podcasts, so I'm going to tell you guys what went through my head. Oh, we're playing Miami. Tua's coming back from an injury. He's going to play scared, especially against our defense. Our defense is decent. And then the Dolphins come out and they're like, oh, we only have 3 corners to start. And I'm like, oh my God, they only have 3 corners to start. Kenny Pickett's going to play good. No, we lost 16-10. I'm back to it. I'm not taking the Steelers until they give me a reason to. Please tank. Just tank the season. I don't want to win. We're not going to make the playoffs. Just get a high draft pick so we can help out either our offensive line or our defense. That's what we need. Next, I want Will Anderson.
That game was literally over at halftime. It was 16-10 at the half.
Yes, you could have just stopped watching. You could have. I don't even think another team had like a decent red zone opportunity. Like it was just punt, 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 punt. Next game, Patriots at Jets. I hope that we have a different answer here. I'm taking the Patriots. I know we don't because you love your Patriots. You do. You love taking the Patriots. You're taking the Patriots? Even with the Zappinator at quarterback?
Danny, I think that's written down right now.
Oh, okay. You wanna run me down what you're thinking?
I just whether it's Mac Jones, Billy Zappi. I mean, last week was just a mess against Chicago, right?
Oh,
it can't be that bad again. But the Jets have been playing very well. I know no more Breece Hall. I know no more Elijah Vera Tucker. But this is the time where Garrett Wilson is really going to step up. Who knows? Maybe James Robinson comes out and has a really great Jets debut. I know Ramondre Stevenson is a great running back for New England. He's probably going to have, like a touchdown and 95 yards against the Jets. But
total yards or just on the ground?
95 yards just on the ground. I'm going to say 17 in the air.
Okay. So over 100 yards.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that.
But the Jets have just been playing really well. I got to show them respect by
foaming at the mouth because this is my running back. How many receptions are we getting? Full PPR. Come on.
Oh my God. Receptions? 4.
4? So let's put that together. 4 points, 10 points, 1 more point, and then 6 points. Over 20 points. I'll take it.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You heard it from the man. All right. Are you sticking with the Patriots or are you going with the Jets?
No, I told you I have the Jets written down. I'm going to stick with them.
All right, wait.
The Jets have just been playing really good. I'm going to show them the respect and think that they can beat the Patriots. Showing a lot of respect to Robert Saleh that I think that he can win this game despite losing 2 of his best star players.
Fair enough. Also, I feel bad for Mac Jones. Did you see what happened on the play where he got subbed out?
No, I didn't.
So, play where he got subbed out, threw a pick, and then everybody started booing him. because it was a horrible
All right.
interception.
First
Eh,
career interception for Jaquan Brisker.
The pick hit the sky cam. He tried to throw the ball away, and it hit the line that the sky cam is on, and it bounced back down, and it was inbounds, and it was picked.
Then that's just showing how dead accurate he is.
It's so good. But no, I feel bad. I think he's starting this week. But I don't like Mac Jones as a quarterback. I just don't think he's that good. But I don't think he should get
Oh
benched
my
for something like
God.
that.
First, when will you show respect to Bama quarterbacks?
Tua. I love Tua. And
You
Jalen Hurts.
didn't entering this season.
And Jalen Hurts.
Granted, I wasn't showing respect to Jalen Hurts at the beginning of the season either, but that was more so of after him coming out of Oklahoma and not Alabama. Even though at heart he's a Crimson Tide. He's not a Sooner.
Built by Bama.
No, absolutely. Built by Bama.
Next up, Texans at Titans. I'm taking the Titans.
I feel like you almost said Texans there by accident.
I did.
I can just tell. Yeah, I'm going Tennessee. Danny, you should have went with Tennessee last week, but you didn't.
Shut up.
Not really a lot to talk about this game. The Texans are, just doing their thing, trying. On pace right now, I think, to have the 3rd and the 5th overall pick.
Ooh, you see the Eagles are gonna have a top 10 pick without even having their pick.
I know. That's crazy.
The best team in the league and they're like the Pistons with Melo. Where the Pistons like won the championship or went to the finals or something and then had the 3rd overall pick. Crazy. Next game. Giants at Seahawks. I'm gonna take the Giants and give you the floor.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go with the Giants here too. We were talking good about, first off, DK is questionable, so that's kind of helpful. I think he's still probably gonna play though. The Giants defense has been solid. They haven't been allowing a lot of points per game. They've been one thing, Danny, that they've been doing really well is run stopping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to mention it for what week are we in? 8? I probably mentioned in the last 7 weeks about how well the Giants were able to contain Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
Now they did allow 100 rushing yards to Christian McCaffrey. That's fine. I mean, yeah, but you can say the same thing about Derrick Henry.
Yeah, but Derrick Henry was not Derrick Henry at the time.
True, but they've been doing really well stopping the run. So I really think they might be able to contain Kenneth Walker.
I agree. I like the Giants. I like their chances this week. I think the Seahawks are raging with overperformance. But Geno Smith, I'm proud of you.
Okay, let's revisit that topic once we're done with the pick'ems. But I mean, yeah, Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley, and the rest of the New York Giants offenses looked really well. Darius Slayton really has picked it up. That first game that he played in against Chicago, he looked horrible. But the next 3 games after that, he looked great.
Told you. Remember when I told you that I felt like I was the only Darius Slayton believer and you called me dumb? That was on the pod.
No.
That was on the pod. I'll go back and watch every single one till I find it.
Yeah, I think
Common
that's all I really
Studer
want
L.
to talk about.
What'd
Say
you say?
Common Studer L?
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, I get wrecked, actually.
You suck. What's the next game? Oh, but give me the Giants, yeah.
Yeah. Commanders at Colts. I'm not gonna stop taking the Commanders. I don't know why. I just won't. But I would no. Do I start the question? Kind of has to do with the game. Do I start Justin Fields against Dallas or Sam Ehlinger against the Commanders? This is in our dynasty league.
Sam Ehlinger against the
That's
Commanders.
what I was thinking. And then somebody was like, dude, start Justin Fields. He has rushing upside. And I was like, oh.
Sam Ehlinger. Didn't he go to Texas?
I don't know.
I think he did.
I don't remember. That was a couple drafts ago. I'm too deep. Did you see the player that
Yeah, he went to UT. Horns down.
Did you see the player that scored a touchdown against Miami? And then all like his teammates were holding the U upside down, and he took the U and snapped it over his knee.
Yeah, I did.
That was probably the toughest celebration I've ever seen in my life.
Absolutely.
But not.
Sam Ehlinger. Horns down.
I'm sticking with the Manders. Are you taking the Manders or the?
Yeah, Danny, maybe you're contagious because I'm going to be picking Washington this week. And not only that, but I'm also going to be like rooting for Washington because I want them to win,
Mm.
just so that all 4 teams of the NFC East are at 500 or better.
That'd be pretty cool.
It's,
Taylor
it's
Henney.
really funny how they've been the laughing stock of the league for the last couple of years.
Mm.
And now, you can even kind of argue that Dallas is playing a lot better than anybody expected. Everybody knew Dallas was going to be, one of the top 2 teams in the division. I don't really know if anybody saw them only having 1 loss through 8 weeks or through 7 weeks.
Kind of wild. Next game, Niners at Rams. This should have been a very good game. Both of these teams are severely underperforming. I'm going to take the Niners. I'm going to hope that it's still a good game. But the Rams are kind of butt. And the Niners have had 1 game with McCaffrey and a full weeks of practice. So I'm going to take the Niners and hope that they can put it together.
Danny, right now I have this game blank.
Okay.
Now
Run it
this
down
is
for
the
me.
second matchup of the season between these 2 teams.
Yes, sir.
Last time San Francisco took it. Realistically, this is a matchup that should be a season split.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams are at home. They're also at home and they lost to Dallas. Yeah, I don't know what this San Fran's defense mixed with how well their offense has been doing.
Mm-hmm.
I might have to take the Niners, Danny. And I'm sorry. I know you really want me to take the Rams. I might have to take the Niners.
Damn. The dexterity, bro. We need it.
I know.
I think we disagreed on 1 game.
Yeah, and it was just that Jets-Patriots game.
Next game, Packers at Bills. I'm taking the Bills. There's nothing to talk about. The Packers are butt, and the Bills are very good.
Yes, I will also be taking the Buffalo Bills. I don't see Green Bay has never won in Buffalo, and I don't see it happening.
Last game, Monday Night Football, AFC North matchup, Bengals at Browns. This is where, shouldn't be tough on paper. You take the Bengals, and then you realize that yesterday, Jamar Chase got put on IR. So he's out for the next 4 weeks.
And then you also realize that Nick Chubb is playing at home.
Yeah, so I'm taking the Bengals.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bengals too.
But it could have been fun.
It might be nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. Like
it's I.
It's overrated. But nah, I love me some Nick Chubb, best running back in the league. But kidding.
Well,
he's like top 5. He's top 5.
Where's Saquon in that? Maybe we'll have to. Maybe that's what we'll do. Like
that's what I want to do.
That's what we'll do when we hit like the official halfway point of the season. I know. Yeah. So after week 9,
I've been saying it forever. Next week we should do mid-season awards.
After next week.
Okay. Fine, I guess.
Well, because there's 18 weeks.
Yeah, there's 18 weeks, but there's 17 games. So we get to say when the half point is.
Yeah, but week 9 would be half of 18. You like that quick maths? Yeah, I know you do.
Shut up. Let's get into a little fantasy before we have to dip because I have work.
Okay, Danny, really quickly, I want to talk about a topic.
Oh, okay, word.
Because you said that the Seahawks were. And honestly, I sent this text message to my dad and my sister yesterday. Do we think it's a possibility that the Giants could be overperforming?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a possibility.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
worried.
It's a reality.
I'm worried because like the Giants right now are 6-1. Who knows? Yeah, like I said, overperformances. Right now, they're not slated. Their first round pick right now is slotted, I think, at like 30th, maybe 31st. Yeah, I think the Eagles are at 32, and I think they have the Giants at 31.
It's a rough position to be in.
I'm worried.
Just be happy. Just be happy. You came into the season probably expecting 5 wins.
Or 6 wins.
You got those wins already. So just be fine with that. That's what I'd be cool with. Everything after this is a W.
Like the Giants right now are going into the second week of what should be a 4-0 span. And realistically, if all goes well, because these were 4 teams that the Giants on paper should be able to beat. They beat the Jaguars. They should be able to beat the Seahawks. They should be able to beat the Lions. And they now, especially that there's no Matt Ryan, they should be able to beat the Colts. Realistically, the Giants at the end, the Giants going into the Thanksgiving game against Dallas, that make them what, 9-1? Yeah, 3 more weeks. They're at 6 wins. Realistically, the Giants should be 9-1. I will take 8-2 because they're playing a lot better. And realistically, they should have lost to Tennessee. So even if they lost to Tennessee and then the rest of the season went how it is, they'd be 8-2. 8-2. Well, they'd be 5-2. So I would be okay with that. Do you want to talk fantasy now?
Yeah.
Danny, who won last week in our Dynasty League?
Shut up.
Who won?
Shut up.
Who won? Who had the statistically worst team?
The guy whose team didn't die mid-game. Let's just run down what my team did. Tom Brady, 12. Cam Sutton, 5.3. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 1.4. Kyle Pitts, 3.9. Alec Pierce, 6.7. Drake London, 1.9. My bench, though, Justin Fields, 24. That's great. Wandale, 11. George Pickens, 18. Taysom Hill, 10.
Danny, I was never projected to win this game, but Danny, I still somehow managed to beat you with my quarterback putting up 1.92 points. And I may as well have not had a defense because the Niners put up 0 points. And then my kicker was on a bye. So it was essentially
you got bailed. You got bailed by Josh Jacobs' 3-touchdown game.
5, 6, 7. 1.
Josh Jacobs is him. Let's just throw that out there. Josh Jacobs is that guy.
So essentially it was 10v7 and you still lost.
Well, all right, if we're being fair here, Amon-Ra St. Brown got knocked out in the first play of the game. So it's 10v9. Kyle Pitts is
9v7.
9v7, my bad. Kyle Pitts is out there doing cardio. So
I don't know why you
that's 8v7.
Replaced him yet. Do you want Greg Dulcich?
No, I'm starting Taysom Hill this week.
I might actually start Greg Dulcich.
Drake London is booty cheeks, so that's 7v7. Boom, 7v7, fair game.
What would you do, Danny? Would you do Greg Dulcich against Jacksonville, or would you do TJ Hawkinson against Miami?
Let's see.
Now, let me tell you something. Dulcich, in his 2 games back after coming off of the IR, against the Chargers was projected 4, put up 12. Projected 5 against the Jets, put up 11.
I would go with Dulcich. He's getting all the usage that Alberto is supposed to get.
Also, Hawk is questionable at the moment. And I'm not going to start Muth against Philadelphia.
No, absolutely not. You shouldn't. But this week, this is how great my starters are. Oh, by the way, I'm 3-4 right now.
As am I.
My starters are Sam Ehlinger, Ramondre Stevenson, Nick Chubb, Cam Sutton, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Taysom Hill, Wandale, George Pickens, Brett Maher, and Titans D. But my bench is insane because I have Cordell and Rashad Penny and Javonte Williams all in my IR.
I'm looking at my bench right now in our the other league that we have no money in Jimmy's in the bottom line.
Yeah.
The first 5 slots of my bench, doubtful, questionable, doubtful, injured reserve, questionable.
That's hilarious. That was my team last
And
year.
then Mike Gesicki, Miles Sanders.
My other league, I started 2-0 and now I'm 2-5. So I've lost 5 straight and I'm playing Mana this week. So
Danny, that's horrible. How do you do that?
My team just does not perform, bro. Week 7. Last week I didn't even put up 100 points. The week before that, I didn't put up 100 points. The week before that, I put up 84. The week before that, I put up 91. The week before that, I put up 80. The week before that, I put up 110.
Yeah, Danny, I love the fact, though, that your starters were projected 125, and they only put up 89. I had the lowest points in the win at 115.
Shut up. All right. Is that all? Is that all we want to do for the day? Because I got to get ready for work.
Yeah, I think so. I'm good.
All right, word. Um, Thank you guys so much for listening. I know we were away for a while, but we'll try not to do that again. But life comes at you. So if it does, we'll give you updates and when we're coming back. But we are back for the time being. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit that like button if you're on YouTube, comment, subscribe if you are on an audio platform, rate us 5 stars. Um, all of our social links are in the description of wherever you're listening to. Go hit us up on Twitter. Tell us what you like, what you didn't like. If you want to send in questions, if you want to send in whatever you want, we'll definitely answer you.
Let us know whether the Giants trading Tony was a W or an L, and
And
tell
tell us
Danny why it was a W.
and tell Studer why he's dumb. Uh we'll be back. Hopefully we'll be back to recap this week. Yeah. Yeah, in it,
Yeah,
bruv.
probably.
Yeah, in it, bruv. Thank you guys so much and have a great day.
Bye, guys.